The day my heart shattered did not begin with thunder or tragedy. It began with a wedding invitation card. Not just any wedding invitation, it's wedding invitation. I remember staring at the card in my hands in my small apartment in Surulere, Lagos, blinking like my eyes had suddenly developed malaria symptoms. The gold letters on the card were shining proudly. Mr. Tunde Adebayo and Miss Damilola Johnson invite you to celebrate their wedding. I kept reading the name again and again. Maybe my brain was buffering. Maybe I skipped a line. Maybe there was supposed to be a line that said, Best Man, Tunde Adebayo. But no, it clearly said, Groom, my Tunde. The Tunde who used to call me my future. The Tunde who once said, any man that marries you will be very lucky. The Tunde whose late night phone calls had robbed me of sleep for 3 years. Apparently, that lucky man was not him. I met Tunde during my NYSC year in Ibadan. He was the type of man Nigerian mothers prayed their daughters would marry. Polite, intelligent, funny, God-fearing, and most importantly, he noticed me. Our friendship started innocently enough. At first, it was just group outings, church fellowship meetings, and the occasional "have you eaten" messages Nigerians used to express care. But soon, it became something more. He began calling me every night. Sometimes midnight conversations that lasted till 2 a.m. We talked about everything, our dreams, our families, our future. Yes, our future. Or at least that was what I thought. Tunde slowly became my emotional headquarters. When he had a tough day at work, I was the one listening. When his boss shouted at him, I was the one encouraging him. When he wanted to start a business, I was the one helping him design the business plan. Sometimes I would even fast and pray for his breakthroughs. My friends used to tease me, Madam Wife, they would say, and I would laugh shyly because deep inside, I believed it. After all, what man talks to a woman every single day for 3 years if he is not planning to marry her? During those 3 years, proposals came. One was a banker in Abuja. Another was a lecturer in Ilorin. My mother especially liked the lecturer. But each time someone approached me, I would politely decline because in my mind, I was already emotionally engaged. I would tell my friends, let me not complicate things. Tunde and I are heading somewhere. Looking back now, I realized something important. We never actually discussed where that somewhere was. I simply assumed, and assumption is the national anthem of Heartbreak. If you don't know what a canopy relationship is, let me explain. It is when two people stand under the shade of a relationship, but there is no real structure underneath, no commitment, no clarity, just emotional comfort. Tunde and I were standing under a very beautiful canopy. We shared secrets. We celebrated birthdays together. We attended church programs together. Once, someone at church even asked if we were engaged. Tunde laughed and said, not yet. Yes, I heard not yet. But what it actually meant was not at all, obviously. 3 months before the wedding invitation arrived, Kule called me excitedly. I met someone, he said. I laughed. Of course you did. You meet people every day. He laughed too. No, I mean someone special. My heart did a small backflip. But I quickly calmed myself. Maybe he was about to tell me he was ready for the next step. Then he said something that froze my soul. I think she's the one. I laughed again, but this time my laughter sounded like a generator running out of fuel. That was when the truth slowly entered my brain. I was not the love of his life. I was the training ground, the rehearsal, the emotional support system, the practice girlfriend. Yes, I attended the wedding in Nigeria. We are strong like that. Also, my mother said, if you don't go, people will start asking questions. At the wedding reception, someone asked me how I knew the groom. I smiled and said, oh, we are old friends. What I wanted to say was, I built this man emotionally for 3 years. That experience taught me a powerful lesson. Never assume a relationship is heading toward marriage if it has never been clearly defined. Friendship is friendship. Courtship is courtship. The two are not the same. Emotional closeness does not equal commitment. Late night phone calls are not proposals, and encouragement does not automatically mean engagement. If you find yourself emotionally invested in someone, have the conversation early. Ask the important questions. What are we building? Where is this relationship going? Are we friends or something more? Clarity may feel awkward, but confusion is far more painful. Today, I can laugh about the story, but at the time, it felt like someone borrowed my heart and forgot to return it. The good news? Life moved on. I moved on. And eventually, I met someone who didn't keep me under a canopy of assumptions. He built a real house of commitment instead. And that, my friends, makes all the difference. We hope that you enjoyed this story. If that is so, like and share this video. We would love to read from you. So, leave a comment in the comment section about the lessons you have learned from this video. Please subscribe to this channel too. Thank you for watching this video. Bye bye.